I hadn't been outside at all today, so I thought I should come outside, and I'm at the park, and I just want to talk about myself. This is hard. I find talking to a camera really difficult because I lose track of what I want to say, but I just want to talk about myself. I took down my TMI tag video because I wasn't happy with it. I didn't have fun making it. And it didn't really feel as genuine as I wanted to. It's not that the questions were anything that I'm not willing to share, I just wasn't having fun with the questions. And I don't feel like they're things that are so important about me that they would help people actually know who I am. It's just kind of little details that do make up who I am, but they're not the more important things. So I wanted to kind of share those more important things, like what I'm passionate about, and where I've been and my experiences and why those have made me the person that I am. So I'm Holden, I'm 23, I live in Oklahoma, and I was born in Oklahoma, but I've lived several other places. You may have noticed that my accent's all over the place a lot of the time. While I was growing up, I was I was really interested in a lot of British media, like British bands, British TV shows. My great-grandparents came over to America from England, so I just had an interest in British culture. I also lived in New Zealand for 6 months, and while I was there, I lived with people. My flatmates were from Ireland and Scotland, and then I also lived in Hong Kong for 3 months. And while I was there, I was living with people from Canada and Britain and Australia and New Zealand, and all over the place, Africa. And I've also lived in 3 different states. My accent has evolved, and I'm really interested in accents in general. Being an actor, I pick up on them quite quickly, or at least I hope that I do. I'm currently learning American Sign Language. I'm going to school this fall to major in American Sign Language interpreting. I find it fascinating, and I'm also bad at oral languages for some reason. My sister is a linguist, and she's amazing at different spoken languages, but I'm more tactile as a person. One of my best friends in the world is deaf, and I have found it so valuable being able to communicate with her in her language. It's just really neat, and I want to learn as many languages as I can. But I'm starting with sign language. In general, I'm just a really passionate person. I'm very sentimental, but I'm also very fierce about the things that I believe in. And I fiercely believe in doing research and expanding yourself and helping yourself and others grow. And that's kind of my biggest passion. The biggest thing that I strive for to do in my life is to just help other people grow in general and just be better people. I've had a whirlwind of a life. I'm only 23, but I've experienced a lot, and it's strange sometimes to acknowledge that, and to acknowledge that I've had all these really valuable experiences, and I wouldn't change them for the world, because they've made me who I am. And there's been a lot of mistakes and a lot of rough patches, and I've had to go over a lot of things, but I've also met amazing people, and I've seen incredible places, and I think, changed some things for the better, in the places that I've been and the people that I've met and the things that I've done. And then knowing that, and then thinking I'm only 23, and that's very young. It's just exciting. I don't want to change the world. I don't think I can. It's just being one person. But I think I can be a stepping stone. I think everybody can be a stepping stone to changing little things, and then eventually all those changes lead to big changes. I strongly believe that people can change things just by being who they are and sharing the things that they believe in and the things that they want to do and accomplish, and the things that they know, that they've researched or have experienced or been through. And I want to have the confidence and the bravery to share those things, not all at once, of course, but over time. I'm going to do that. I think that my favorite thing aside from singing is atmospheres, just the way that a combination of different things in a certain time make me feel and knowing that the same combination of things can be making somebody else feel completely different than I am. It's just so interesting, but I love them so much. And right now the sun is setting behind me. I'm lying in wet grass because it rained earlier, and just in the middle of a field in the park, telling things about myself to strangers online. And it feels good. And I know that when I look back and watch this, I'm going to be proud of myself for noticing that I wasn't happy with something that I made and changing what I wanted to do, even though, this might be a more boring video than the TMI tag. This is what I want to make. This is the sort of thing that I want to talk about. I've kind of just been rambling, but I hope when I put this together it's going to make some semblance of sense. But I'm glad that I've done it. I much prefer watching videos where people just talk and are genuine and honest and just share themselves that way, just by having a chat rather than doing a tag or a challenge. Those videos are fun and they're funny to watch. And I'll probably do some. That's not saying that they're bad in any way. I just want to have fun if I do them, and I didn't. So I think I'm going to go now. The sun has gone down quite a lot, and I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. But next week I'll talk about something else that's equally important to me.